All right, I think we are live, guys. If you are in here early, please kind of bear with us and let us know any experiences you have with the audio and video, even though it's going to be to the best of our abilities right now. I am clearly at the campsite as requested by a lot of people, and the mayor will talk about his situation. So, Mayor, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Wonderful, fantastic, good, great. I don't know. I am in the developing mayoral mini studio.
Nice, and it looks like a mayor's office.
Oh well, thank you. Did you see the hat?
Oh, the top hat.
There you go. You gotta have a top hat.
Nice. And then so James and Swagger in here. This is the camper. I'll probably take you guys on everybody's sleeping inside, but like a little tour there. It's nice. It's nice. I'll talk all about my experience and everything. And we got fire pit, all that. Got the truck back here. Looking all nice. So we are actually live in effect. I mean, this is the real deal. So I'm loving it. And of course, you guys saw there, I went vending machine. And I thought this was Michigan, but it looks pretty cool and pretty similar. It's Montana.
Montana's all over.
Yeah, it's got the trout on there, looking like Michigan with an M on there. You got your Mountain Dew, Mayor? Oh, Michigan, nice.
It's like we're an M state, so they're like, send all the M's. Oh, because I got Minnesota too. Because just in case.
Oh, nice.
I got you one in case the studio, like we needed to go to the studio or whatever. So
appreciate it. Thank you. And then for jerky tonight, we're running separate. Hopefully the mayor was able to hook himself up. I brought out the good classic Mingy hot jerky, one of my favorites. I figured what an occasion to celebrate with my favorite jerky of all time.
And for me, I'm rocking the Jerky Outlet hot snack sticks.
Ooh.
Blend of venison and pork. And
ooh.
I got finishing up the Gold Rush jalapeno smoked
so good
beef sticks.
Those are awesome. That's awesome. And then I have a random little side here. I have bug spray because I'm outside. I made a video about this essential oil here, the lemon of eucalyptus oil, and it's like just as powerful, if not better than DEET. And so I've been rocking this while camping, and it seems to work really well. So I'm hoping they're going to kind of leave me alone right now, and then if they don't, I'll go in with this because I don't love the smell and feel of bug spray, but I will use it when necessary.
You're right, Holly. It's the jalapeno. I just don't want to steal Dan's thing. That's his thing. In fact, in our family, we call it jalapeno because that's how Luke used to say it when he had an incident with jalapeno.
Ooh. And if my thing is pronouncing things correctly, then color me guilty.
There you go. Or just coming up with your own language.
Yeah, true. That works as well there. So we don't have any super agenda tonight or anything. We're just going to talk about beards. We're going to talk about family. I'm going to go over kind of my camping experience, and we'll hear from the mayor on anything that he's got in mind. We have not even talked about the show, so that's a beautiful way to approach it. But to start, Mayor, gentlemen in the chat, ladies that are out there as well, what is in beard or on body today? I have I forget the exact name, but it's from Burton's. It's called like Trail Rider or Trail Edition, and it has citronella in it, and it's meant for outdoors.
Trail Rider, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. It's almost like bug spray, but smells good. So what about you?
I'm doing the 7 potions. Woodland Harmony. Actually, the butter right now. I gave myself a pre-stream mayoral bath and did the butter up nice and just tried to get things looking good.
So tell us about the bath. How'd that go?
Well, it was great. I used my wash, got to sit down, relax while I cleansified myself. I don't know. I was listening to a little Joe Rogan podcast. it was just my time. That's just my time. I think people need to understand that.
Yeah, and I'm sure your family does.
Oh,
They probably don't have much of a choice. But yeah, guys,
no.
I'm live from the campground. This is the RV. The fam is sleeping inside. We kept Violet up probably a little bit too late tonight. She started pushing it at the end, and for us, this is a very local campground. Mayor, how far would you say this is from my house? How many miles?
10 to 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10 miles, and it was pretty much a trial thing. We were just coming for 2 nights, and it's been super smooth, like unbelievably smooth. We've done tons and tons of research and watched every video you could ever imagine, had every checklist known to man and woman, and it's gone really well from the hookup setup. I will say, for my first time, I had a pull through. So I didn't have to venture with backing in, but when I leave tomorrow, I'm going to practice backing in the spot that I have right now, just to get some real situation experience to see how it goes. It's really cool. I love every bit of this. We went to the beach. We went on probably 5 to 6 different walks. We went on a trail that was over 2 miles long. I grilled 3 times today.
You grilled, yeah, you griddled. Is it still grilling if it's on like a griddle, or did you? I mean, let's say grilled. We'll just say grilled.
I'm going with grilled. Yeah, griddled sounds like you're just not a cool person. So I grilled 3 times. We did pancakes and bacon for breakfast, or bacon then pancakes for breakfast. I did hot dogs for lunch, and then I did chicken and zucchini for dinner. And so it was awesome, man. Really, really, really awesome.
Everybody, every direction I turn, somebody's got a new Blackstone or a griddle of some kind, and they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm. You almost have to. Sam, who is notoriously tough on me, as significant others should be, said that today's pancakes were the best ones she's ever had in her life.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's like at diners and stuff.
Yes. And we were trying to figure out what makes it so great. We think it's like the seasoning of the griddle or the fresh heat where it's coming straight off the griddle. Man, it was awesome.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. It's one of the big, you already cracked it to do. Okay. I will do the same.
Yeah, I didn't have a pop with dinner because I was waiting for this. Do you know how hard it is for me not to have a pop with dinner while camping?
Oh, probably almost near impossible.
But I did it. I did it because I wanted that. I wanted it paired with the Mingy jerky here, and it's just wonderful. So it was a great day. Mayor, how was your day? What you guys? I saw the fam out today. What you guys get into?
What did I do today? We went to.
You guys go to the park?
We went to Russ Park in the area and had a little picnic. We just it was really empty, which I guess is good for us, but it was like there was not like hardly anything going on there. People seem to be spacing out pretty well. It's almost a shame to see this beautiful park just kind of like sitting there, but
I know
we enjoyed it, and so we did that. We I don't know. I feel like I did something more. I took Owen to soccer practice. We hung out. Gosh, there was something else. Oh, I fixed my doorbell.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Tell people the story on that, and then I'll answer this question.
Okay, so we had a pretty Saturday afternoon. We had this pretty just fast and furious little Michigan thunderstorm rolled through, and one of the lightning it was the closest I've ever heard lightning strike. It was just like all of a sudden you just heard crack, and like our smoke detector went beep boop, and then our doorbell stopped working. So it must have been close enough to kind of. I kind of Googled it, but it was close enough to set that stuff out, and then our doorbell didn't start back up. It didn't start working again.
Yeah, and so you fixed it today by what'd you do?
Tripping the fuse back. It must have blown the fuse.
Nice.
I had originally looked at the fuse box and I couldn't visually see anything with an issue, but it must have set off.
Nice. So question here by the Bearded Dragon. He says, Dan, how's the beard out in the wild? And in chat, I want to ask you guys a question here. And I want to know what you guys do when you are camping for your beard. I kind of pulled it in our Facebook group. But for me, when I was camping, I brought one oil, the Burton's Trail Rider. I forget, it's Trail something. Trail Therapy, that's what it is, Trail Therapy. Because it's also for a part of charity, Trail Therapy. And then I also brought a butter. I brought Ruddy Butter, which is the nighttime liquid butter, Ruddy Summer Butter. And I brought a wash. And that was all I brought. Last night, because of the hustle and bustle of everything, I skipped the butter altogether. Didn't even use it, which was rare for me. And I absolutely feel it. My beard is completely off. It's not back to normal at all. But it doesn't feel terrible. It doesn't feel like there's any damage or anything going wrong. But it's like my mustache. You can see just how crazy my mustache is right now. Like it's going in directions it's never gone before. The beard doesn't look terrible. It's kind of fallen into place throughout the day. I did some combing before the stream. But it's all right. I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. I'm all right with like letting my mind accept that it's not going to be an ideal condition. But I think that's what camping is kind of all about.
Agree.
So, yeah, that's where I've been with my beard with camping here. Gary Lewis, that's first installment towards the travel studio. I know you're building in the trailer. Thank you, Gary. I don't know if that will be possible because of the sleeping baby, but who knows? You never know what could happen. Yeah, the mustache.
No, I think Gary's saying you get a second camper to take behind, and then a hitch for the minivan, and then you're like Florida Georgia line driving down the highway.
Minivan.
No, that's gonna tow your camper, but what's gonna tow the trailer to the studio?
Oh. Why don't? Okay, yeah. Or I can just double it up and throw a hitch on the trailer and tow it trailer style.
Now you start driving that around town, and I'm gonna give you a lot of props because you know that's not easy.
No. And have you ever realized how windy this road is going into Groveland?
No,
never crossed my mind, and I've been here probably 15 times with field trips because some years we've gone twice. It's the skinniest, narrowest road to the point where the only other campers we've talked to said something about the road.
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah. Did I pack any cider? I did. I packed 2 different brands. I have Blake's Wakefire. Thank you, Doug, if you're in the chat. Then I also packed Star Cut from Shorts, mimosas. Or add a camper on the bed of the truck, and it can, ooh, Gary, I see. Okay. I like where your wheels are spinning there. Build a second floor on the camper. You guys are wild. No, it's good. Mayor, when's the last time you've been what's your camping history or camping pedigree?
Oh boy. I have not outdoor camped since I have been dating my wife. So we've never outdoor camped together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So coming up next week is 15 years of marriage. So 15 years. So when I did do it, I was like tent and stuff, and it wasn't really with my family, just like old friends.
Yeah.
Maybe a girlfriend or 2 back in the day. And pretty bad, of course. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm terrible at it. I remember one night I did great, and then one night I stayed up couldn't fall asleep and got in my own head and stayed up the whole night.
Okay, all right. It was supposed to storm really bad last night. I don't know if you saw that on the weather, but it didn't storm at all. Passed right by. So we were wondering because it said heavy thunderstorm. I'm like, man, our first night in the camper is gonna be a heavy thunderstorm, but it didn't hit. So. Tevin says, Cider Boys. Tevin, I've actually had Cider Boys sent to me by a subscriber of the channel. I had a couple different versions of Cider Boys. Amazing. Top notch. Really, really good, Tevin. Absolutely wonderful. Have you named this camper yet? We have. So this is a Coachman Catalina. So it is titled the Catalina Wine Mixer is what we call it. So obviously Step Brothers. And then Randy says, Dan, how's the family? Your daughter's adorable. Thank you. Violet is doing amazing. She is the easiest, best baby of all time. The boys are hellion on wheels, but they're really, really fun. Somebody just pulled in today on the campsite next door to us, and they had a little son. We find out that he's 5. And if you guys know Jax is a savage and like gives everybody the look and like starts stuff. Like normally kids are like that and they act shy. Not Jax. He like turns it up a notch when other kids come around. So this kid was at his campsite and Jax goes and starts mugging it. And the kid comes over and he's like, they're being kids. They're being funny. The kid's like, I'll beat you up. And Jax is stomping around. Then Maddox comes over and is acting serious and stands there. And the kid's like, you better move. And Maddox is like, I ain't moving. And it was like a 5-year-old stare down. It was amazing. But then they became buddies and played. And the parents were super cool and were like, hey, can we ask them to be our camping friends? Because they seem super normal. And so it was pretty cool. But the like stare down between them was unbelievable. The kid was like, I'll beat you up. And Jax goes, he stomps and takes his fist like this. And they start going out. And then Maddox literally held his ground and was like, It was hilarious because he was like a 5-year-old talking to his 3-year-old brother. You know, he stepped in. He's like, this ain't happening. And and then they had to pull out. The mom came over and was like worried. I'm like, no, they're just being good. So it's it was really, really funny. And hello to everybody. Welcome on in. I know we didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody. I saw a bunch of companies in there. Beard Octane, Bobby Casey, Andrew Carlisle came in here. What's up, Andrew? He said he had a rough day and he was hoping to be able to make it in. So I'm excited that he was able to pop in here tonight. So that was pretty cool. 4-page essay. Whoo, no, thank you. Those days are long gone. Mary, do you have any? I know you have an administration degree and certification. Do you have any thoughts, plans, wants to pursue any other education, PhD, or another kind of field?
No.
Okay.
I'm over taking classes. I'm sorry. Like, in fact, Nicholas asked earlier where I'm at. Well, this was my former grad school area in the way back in my basement. I think the previous owners took the cabinets from the kitchen and the first cabinets and put them down here, and so it's like it was like the wife's scrapbooking area, but now it's going to be the mayor's like little area. I'm kind of going to put some time into it. Not big deal, but actually, if we do have to do this again or whatever, more I'm thinking for like school in the fall, it's going to be flipped, and you guys will be looking out from this area, and I will have like a backdrop.
Okay. I kind of like that backdrop.
Really?
It kind of fits the mayor, but I do know the package you have on the way. Did it come already?
No, it got canceled actually.
By you?
You guys, we're always honest with you. I was talking with Dan, and I'm like, you know what? I'm betting we're going like fully online for school. I think that it would be smart before everybody else does it to buy like some stuff so that I can do some recorded videos for the kids. And if we don't go fully online, I don't need it. I still have review videos for the Facebook group. Check it out, Command's Corner. And so I went ahead and bought this set. It had some lighting, had a couple of different backdrops, but it like kept getting the date pushed back on Amazon. Like they kept saying, it'll be here in 3 days. So finally, I chatted with Amazon, which was a really nice way to do it. I just hit them up on a chat, and they said it was out of stock probably when they sold it. You know, what do you want us to do? So they canceled it. And after that, I kind of had been doing some more research and then learning. You know how you do that? I do that because I'm like always trying to be ahead of things. So I bought it early, and basically it ended up like getting canceled. So I got some smaller pieces, a little bit more compact lighting. I ended up going with a nicer ring light than what I would have. All right, it wasn't coming with a ring light and a decent backdrop. But what I do is maybe this is where if the mayor has to be in, you can't be in the main studio. Maybe facing this way, because Dan, you use yours like you don't just do one angle from it,
right.
and I think that's a really good lesson I've kind of learned from you.
Thank you. Yeah. I think that looks pretty sweet, and definitely you can mix it up as you go through. So for sure. And hello to everybody that came in, guys. Gary said, and think about this, Mayor. This truly could be possible next year. Trailer Studio 2021 tour, Dan Mayor. Like, think about this. You and I hit the road, and let's say we go to the Chesapeake Bay area, and we go camp for like 3 nights, and we do a show, a Mayjorly Bearded from Chesapeake Beard Co.'s location with the owner. And
we do a meetup, MEAT up.
Oh, a meet up.
Right.
But seriously, like, there's a ton of people who go live and stuff and do it like this remotely with owners. And I've had owners over to the studio, right? I did. Joe was over to the studio. Gary was over to the studio. Terry from Norseman was over. A few others. But if we bring a trailer and you and I have a camping experience, dude.
When did you think of this?
I didn't. Gary did. That's Gary's comment. And Mayor, let me tell you, it's not. It wouldn't even be roughing it. We got air. We got it. Like, everyone's like, oh, you got to worry about the shower and stuff. The shower was wonderful. It was a great experience. I slept in the bunk bed last night because it was so big and comfortable, and I didn't want to wake up Violet and Sam. Like, it was wonderful, wonderful. So it's I like that idea, man. It's possible. It obviously wouldn't be in like prime family camping seasons. That would be for the family, but like random other times when Sam can't go or there's just special occasion, a big beard competition or something, you and I in a camper, $50 a night for a campsite's nothing, just enjoy it. Invite some dudes over around the campfire.
Well, if you're going to like see Gary, you say, Gary, where's the best place for an MEAT meet up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder, would you guys come and hang out with us though? Would people come and hang out with us today? Oh
yeah, they're already saying it for sure. Joe says, have a huge field next to the house, bearded camp off. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Beard
I
stock.
can cook. He said, beard stock. I could cook for everyone on 9 flat top grills. I have 2, but yeah, thank you. I don't even have 9 burners. But the Viking says, Dan, I always see you eating beef jerky. Let me ask you, does it help with beard growth? So protein is essential for beard growth. Jerky is loaded with protein. It's one of the easiest, most compact, quickest ways to get protein. So in that regards, yes, it helps. But you can get protein in many different ways, many different areas. So it's not something that's like, you need to eat jerky and your beard will grow. Protein helps. There's protein in jerky. So there's kind of like a chain of events where it definitely does help from there. So, yeah.
I feel like a piece of beef jerky is like a cure for hangry. Like somebody should market them as the anti-hangry. Because if somebody's tripping in my house, usually it's me. It's usually because I'm hungry and I'll have a little bit like jerky or any kind of like pure, like good protein like that. It kind of fixes the cranky mayor.
Because if you do sugar, it can amp you up even worse. It can be a quick high and then you fall. So it just depends on what you're eating. And yeah, I think jerky is an absolutely awesome option for that.
I kind of like being able to go like this here too. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's almost like idea. Yeah, it's kind of like a coach's office / Merrill Manor. Did you see that? Did you see that I put the Mayor's Manor?
Mayor's Manor. Yes, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I did not touch the beard again this week.
Okay.
I haven't touched it. Left it alone.
So since last Wednesday in studio, we had Mayjorly Bearded. You have not touched the beard since then?
I haven't touched it. I haven't gotten scissors or clippers out except for my dog Max.
Oh.
Not him. Not that dog.
Oh, can you hear the dog barking? It's not much.
But Max is pretty popular, so.
Okay, he gets around.
Right.
People know him there. Have you noticed a thicker beard or anything in a week?
Yeah, man, I think I'm doing great. I know. The thing, what I've noticed, and I don't know what you guys. We all talk to ourselves. What I've noticed with the beard is, if it's gonna go a little longer, or I need to take better care of it. Because I need to really because Betsy hasn't said anything yet, but I've been, butter, oil in the morning, wash, use the Kushel bar, all those things, and I like the way it looks. I
agree.
like how it's looking. Just with a little bit, who knows where we're going.
Yeah, I agree fully. The longer the beard, the more maintenance it is. It's much easier to make look out of whack, right? If you have shorter your beard, you can get up, not shower, kind of make it look pretty darn good. My beard, that's not going to happen. If I wake up, I can't just make my beard look good. I got to get it completely wet. Got to go from there. So that is a big advantage on that one. And the mask situation with my beard is getting more and more serious because I'm having to go out more with camping and all that stuff, and we're mandated to wear them in any business in Michigan right now. And so I've been looking into more and more options. I have my baby blanket bandana style, which is great, but the only downfall to that one is it's really hard to breathe out of. Yeah. So I'm looking for something that's going to be a little bit more breathable, but it needs to cover my full, huge, 11-inch beard, and I don't want it messed up every single time that I wear it.
Right. No, I would totally agree with that. Even I'm facing that stuff. In fact, I was at my dentist getting a cleaning, and he was talking to me as a teacher. He knows that I work in a school, and he said, all this is gonna have to go if your mask is gonna fit right. So I said, right. Stuff in my mouth. You know how they always talk to you? Why do they do that?
Yeah, I know. They try to have that full conversation with you, or if somebody's cutting your beard and then they're looking at you and they're asking you a question, like, I don't want to move. I don't want you messing something up. So, yeah, that's interesting. So how was the experience for the dentist?
It was, sit in the waiting room with a mask, going, and they took my temperature and with a pretty good thermometer. That's what, I think a lot of people running into bad thermometers with things, but did that. And then they said, okay, now you can take your mask off. And it was pretty regular, except for obviously the employees were way behind. They had the N95 and then they had the face shield too.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's just so different. But Ken asked a funny question. He was just reading my mind. I'm not even kidding you. I just thought about this because a bunch of people just came around and he says, do you have a live audience of people wondering what you're doing right now? So this was my thought process. Yes, there's 5 people right there where I'm looking right now. There's a whole family over here. There's tons of families over here. So A, yeah, they're probably wondering what I'm doing. But B, this went through my mind as well. This is so much more normal right now than it was 5 years ago, right? Somebody talking to a phone, talking to a video. FaceTime is kind of an accepted thing. So I'm assuming what's that?
Do you have lighting?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Just nature. So I think it's probably they think I'm FaceTiming and I'm okay with that. But then they're probably like, why does this guy keep saying the word beard? And then they look like, oh, he has a huge beard, which I had my first ever, believe it or not, my first ever Duck Dynasty comment today.
Oh.
It was a really old sheriff who comes through here. And I don't know if you do old people just try to say things to bond with you because they don't really know what else to say. And he was like, hey, grow that beard a little bit longer, they'll let you on that show. I was like, yeah, that's my goal, thanks. And so it's not insulting. He wasn't trying to burn me or diss me. They don't know what else to say, but that's always been the bane of a lot of beardsmen is the Duck Dynasty comments. So Yeah, I've seen, and I'll talk about mask in just a second here. But yes, I think there's probably a lot of people because my voice is not quiet. I can't I'm not gonna sit here and whisper and be weird. But I will say, when we went to Disney over a year ago, I did Command's Corner from the only place I could really get Wi-Fi, which was at the food court patio outside, and
I know what you're talking about.
I did Command's Corner from there, and had Disney walking by, and it didn't even phase me. I'm just owning. I feel like if you own it, then it's all good. Nobody's gonna question anything. If I was acting weird and suspicious, people would be like, "What's that weirdo doing?" But if you're confident, they assume I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I have a hard time when people are like, I've never done it in public, but even when Betsy, when we would do up north, and then she'd be sitting next to me, my brain melts down. I have an issue with audio. If I'm on the phone and my kid's making noise, those are the worst. Those are my worst moments as a parent.
Is that when you snap?
I don't know. It just short circuits my brain. I'll admit
yeah, it's just over sensory. Sam does it. I'm weird, and I can kind of take it all in. I'll go off on tangents and focus on something, but if there's a lot going on, Sam will be like, "Stop! I can't do it at all right now." So, Jim asked, "Are you on your phone or laptop?" I'm on my phone, just a Samsung Galaxy, so seems to be doing well. Hopefully, nobody's complained too much yet. And nope, I have not gone fishing yet. We didn't have any plans to go fishing here, but probably at the other campsites. And then Bearded Spy. So let's talk face mask for a little bit. Again, my requirement is it needs to cover my beard. It needs to be breathable, and I don't want it messing up my beard every time I wear it, especially if I have to go back and teach with it. That's going to be really important. And then I also wonder, what requirements they're going to have if we have to wear a mask to go back and teach, And Detroit Grooming has a nice face covering, not mask, but one that lays on your beard. My buddy Doug Sloan, who's probably in here, moderator, he has it, but it doesn't cover his full beard, and my beard is either just as big as his or a little bit bigger, and that's got to be one of my requirements, is it needs to fully cover the beard. And then somebody else mentioned, let's see if I can get it here to be able to give credit, because I don't remember who asked this one or made the point here, but somebody said, can't you just go to a fabric store and get something that's breathable? That Bill said that one. Yes, that has crossed my mind, and it's something that I am considering going to get some kind of dry fit, something that's breathable, climate cool, making it 3 layers and having the filter in the middle and stuff. I know breathing is not the priority when you have a mask, but if I'm going to teach, I'm going to need to breathe. That's just plain and simple. That is going to have to happen there. So, okay. If so, I have it. All right, Dan, do you have the ability to do a random number generator right now? If so, have it. Pick a number 25 through 100, then tell me the number. All right, pause. I'm going to do a random number generator. Tell them a random fact about your life, man.
Random fact about my life. So far, I thought I cleared off this board. I took out a product. Right there was hanging the. I bought the extended service plan for for my leaf blower, which actually lasted longer than anything. It always does. Whatever you buy the extended service plan for, it lasts longer. I also hung up my certificate from Holly. A couple weeks ago in Command's Corner, Joe purchased me some of her bath balls for men, and then when it came, it said she gave me this certificate of ball fanticity. I don't know if she gives that to everybody or if that was just me, but it really made me feel great when the big box of balls showed up.
Yeah. That I saw the post. That was amazing. And I know I froze, guys. Gary asked me to go do a random generator. Gary, I have the number. Do you want me to say it out loud right now, or what? I don't know what you were exactly looking for there. And guys, yeah, if you have any mask recommendations for my beard, which it's wider than ever right now, and it is probably close to 11 inches now. Especially yeah, I know you definitely got to talk louder with the mask. And we'll talk about that. We're not going to get political or get crazy, but I do have some thoughts that I think are they're against anything that could be controversial. It's not anything that would be anything that's like too wild. And I'll break it down for you. Still need to do the light test of the material. Yeah, and that's good. Say, okay, Gary, the number is 49. I did a random number generator like you asked. The number is 49. Gilbert Jaloma's in the OG. All right, we'll see what Gary has up his sleeves, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, no kidding.
The number is 49. But you're looking good, man. Studio looks good. Lighting. Do you have lighting going right now?
I have a little ring light that can like a $30 ring light from Amazon.
It brings out the beauty in your eyes.
Oh, well, something on it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I'm getting darker, guys. That's just how it's going to be. That's that camping life.
Yeah, we're going to be fine with that, right?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys, if anybody, Liz, I see a bunch of people making messages. Send me a message, guys, and I would be happy to look into them. I'm not looking for any handouts. I'm not looking for anything free. If I choose one, I would be more than happy to make a purchase for that. Matthew says, I walk into two men saying beauty in your eyes. Yeah, that would, if you know the context of this stream, they would be like, oh, that's normal. That's Dan and the mayor. And like Jim saying the mayor does have nice eyes. Like that, for us, that's, I think, totally normal. But if you just walked in at that moment and this was your first stream.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Yeah, it might be sending something off. All right.
So would you consider for your beard, like tying, using rubber bands or tying, or like kind of bundling? Okay, so that's
nope. That's out of the picture. There's too much damage that happens from that. If you're not going to have damage, it's going to be loose, and there's no real purpose to that. So nope, I'm not going with that route, and they can't make me. All right, so Gary Lewis, wow, very cool, awesome, man. So he says, now that you have the number, give away 3 gift cards of the amount of $49. Wednesday crowd is true dudes, exactly. And I Gary, thank you first and foremost for that donation. But secondly, we never advertise giveaways here. We never expect giveaways. We never push giveaways at all, because we know you guys are here for the camaraderie. We know you're here for just hanging out, which is beautiful. It's not just beard stuff, it's just guys able to hang out on that. So I think that's pretty cool, and we'll be able to run the giveaway pretty much like normal, I think, here. Mayor, do you have a random number generator available? Actually, I'll run it from my end. I think. Let me see how far back up. My comments go pretty far, so I'll be able to run it from here. We should be good.
Either that, or I can use my other laptop and do it over here.
Okay, let's. I just won't be able to highlight it, but let's do that. Let's go with that for you, and we'll get that all ready, guys. So that'll be pretty cool. And hey, guys, I know a ton of you have come in that I should have said hello to. I can only see 4 comments at a time on my screen. And we're just kind of conversating the mayors and similar situations. So, yeah, man, I've never missed a stream in like 2 years, other than Wednesday Mayjorly Bearded when my daughter was born. But I don't even count that as missing it, because the mayor came in. That we still had the stream. The mayor ran solo for his first ever solo stream, which was cool because he got to experience what it's like to do a solo stream. And then recently he got to experience what it's like to do a solo review. And so I love that when other people are able to experience what that is, even if it's on like a small scale or just a different kind of version. It's something that everybody should know. And it's kind of like teaching. I feel like everybody should have to teach, or at least come in for career day, so they can understand a little bit what it's like.
And neither one of those things were what I expected. They were more challenging in most ways than I expected. For sure.
All right. You guys are nice, and no, you all are the men. Oh, because everyone's saying nice things to Gary. Yes, I love that, man. That's beautiful. I do have a lantern, actually. I might grab that. All right, Mayor, are you ready to run this giveaway yourself?
What kind of range do you want me to set up?
So we have in here 91, so you should go 1 through 20.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have lighting. That's a good call, Ken. All right, I'm going to kick it to you. I'm going to grab the light, Mayor. You can pitch it. You can tell the winner however you want to do. And this again, guys, is let me throw that back up here so we have it. Let me find that from Gary. Come on. Here we go. Beautiful.
So,
all right, go ahead, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and do a gift card for $49. That's like a lot of. That's all amazing. And that's huge. So, we're gonna do. Remember, we haven't started yet. I see you guys dumping in there, so I'm gonna have to wait for a second. I haven't called it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the generator now, and then I'm reading off of YouTube's. I know Dan's numbers come through StreamYard. Might come through YouTube. Okay, so here we go. Restart. You can only enter once if you're not aware of that. Restart and go ahead. 1 through 20. 1 through 20. All right, not seeing it yet. Let's see here. Okay, going back up to the top to start over again from the point where we restarted. Still not seeing it. Entering once. Okay, I do not see it in my numbers. Well, how could this be? All right, I don't know. I think okay, it's not there. So I'm gonna hit another number. I'm gonna regenerate. Starting right now, we've got 1 through 20. 1 through 20, guys. Start it again. Re-roll. Here we go. All right, I do have the number. Let me make sure nobody else was first. Nope. After Eric said laugh out loud, I'm starting it again. And it looks like Alan McGowan. Alan is our $49 gift card winner for Chesapeake Men's Beard and Grooming. And that is awesome. Because
awesome, man.
Our number was 2. All right.
Congrats. Yeah, congrats there. And Gary, go ahead and put your contact information in there so he can contact you specifically, which would be good. And yeah, so I found my light, but I also turned on my exterior lights for the first time. I've never turned those on before.
It looks like you're outside like a bar or studio. Like you're look at that.
And we still have 2 more of those Chesapeake giveaways, guys, so super cool there. Let's see if it lets me. Nope. All right. Yeah, we got 2 more. We got 2 more, guys, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
I just
yep, we will.
I don't tell the ladies all the best things about me all at once. You have to slowly drop all those things, okay? You have to pace yourself.
For sure.
Right.
So the campsite's been awesome. I got a couple guys asking me, man, I've loved every bit of it. Truly, it's like this hasn't been something that we've been like dreaming of for a long time. It's I'm not going to give you some like spiel about we've been working our whole life for this. We didn't know that we wanted to be campers until we literally one night were having drinks and we were like, what? I was like, what's your favorite childhood memories? She was like, it's got to be camping with my family. And that like took me down to some like major path of like remembering all these amazing times camping when you'd meet like your campsite friends, when you'd walk down to the camp store, when you'd have the fires, when you go swimming. I mean, it was really, really, really just an amazing like connection. And we were like, we want our kids to have that. But we both had tents growing up. We wanted to have air conditioning. So that was like our thing. And so that just started the path, and we've sacrificed some other things. We had some other plans. We had some other vacations, and those weren't even looking to be possible. So we were like, why not invest that into what we have going here? And we're pretty excited to make it happen. So it's been amazing. We've been researching it for a couple months now, and it's been flawless, man. It's been really, really enjoyable for our first time.
I think you had a great idea. 2020 is about making the most of what we can do.
For sure. For sure. And this is safe. This is with family. It's amazing. So I'm excited. Yeah, this is like a COVIDcation. That is true. This is a COVID COVIDcation. And to go with that, trailers have had a record year. All the places we visited have never sold more in their history than this year. Awesome. Most places are down to like 10% stock. They're just selling stuff like crazy. So everybody always wants to ask about our teaching update because they likely have kids. They want to know what's going on around them and stuff. So that's natural, and I completely get it. So our update is our school currently has a plan. And Mayor, you go ahead and tell the plan, and then I'll tell my thoughts and perspective on one thing. And again, guys, we're not getting political here. We're not talking about the virus and any conspiracy theories real. That we're just talking about. Mayor, we'll kick it, and then I'll go from there.
So I think like most places, our district has kind of just had like 2 or 3 contingency plans. One being that we're going to, start school normally, 100% as it was. I don't think the summer has happened for that to be a possibility. The second thing would be a blended style, where maybe the kids were there for a shortened day, or they, and they maybe didn't have lunch, or they grab and go lunch or whatever, and they saw their teacher a couple times a week and had some online, so kind of limiting. And then the third plan was 100% online, keep everybody away from each other.
Yeah. So, by the book, which nothing is going to go by the book, but if we were to go to school now with the phase that we're in, we would go back in that hybrid mode. Teachers would be there all week. Students would be there pretty much half time. Now, again, I'm not talking about the validity of these rules and regulations and if they're good, if they're bad. They are what they are. If we were to go back right now as teachers, we would have to wear masks. Our students would have to wear masks. Our classrooms would be half the size of the number of students. The students would not be able to sit near each other. They would not be able to work together. They would have to be removed from each other. All safety, all COVID and stuff aside, if this is about education and giving kids the best path to learning, where's a better environment to learn out of those two? At home, on a Zoom meeting, doing work, or sitting in a classroom with a mask on, the teacher with a mask on, not being able to have any collaborations. People say, right, kids need to be around kids. They need to learn. Well, they can't have lunch together. They can't have gym class together. They can't roam the halls together. If we have to go back in those conditions, I don't think that is a better learning environment.
Yeah. And we look at things through a middle school classroom eyes. When you look at it like Maddox, kindergarten, that's there's no question.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, the kids can understand and comply with all these rules for something that we don't know what the rules are still. Rightly so, all the energy and focus has been on a vaccine. Not right. And we've learned some things that we understand some of the transmission. Everything we find out is like, tweens and teens spread it more because of how they interact. So, being a middle school teacher, that raises a lot of red flags.
Yeah. And again, I don't know anything. None of us in this chat probably do about any of the science behind it. No matter what we've read, we're not studying it. We're not doing it ourselves. I'm just talking about the stuff that is in place. You and I don't have a choice. If we go back, we have to follow those rules if we want our job. Period. So for me, my main point is I don't think that is better learning than being online. Now, do I think a classroom full of kids and a teacher and collaborating and working together is better learning than online? For most people, yes, definitely. But that's not what we're looking at. When everyone's saying we need to get back to school, we need to do this, that's not what we're looking at here. There's no big advantage to going back with both parties having masks on without being able to work together. And that part's frustrating me just as much as the safety and all the other stuff. So I really don't I really don't want to go and wear a mask and have my students wear a mask. Not because of I'm not saying it's not safe. I'm not saying we don't need a mask. None of that. I just don't think that that's good for education. I don't think that that's a benefit there. And Chris, I appreciate that offer. I've probably said it many times. I don't turn down great offers or great compliments or great thoughts here. And he says, if you don't have a mask solution, I'll make you one. It won't go around the ears. It'll go over the bridge of the nose and under the ears and tie around the back. Hey, if it doesn't mess up my beard and it covers my full beard, Chris,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I would take that in a second, and absolutely in a second, to be able to have that, man. That sounds like it would be a nice solution to not messing up my beard, but also being breathable, also being able to kind of go through it. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. And then, yeah, guys, I'm open. I'm willing to learn. I never try to claim I know everything. I found that early mask solution that worked for me. But I definitely need to know more here.
And there's a difference between wearing a mask for 20 minutes to go into a store versus 8 hours a day. Huge difference.
Facts. And 8 hours a day of talking to middle schoolers and telling them to keep their mask on. Fact. And Mr. AK13, he said, classic teach, turning lemons into Command and Conquer beard oil. Thank you, my friend. That is funny. I missed that one. So yeah, it's so that's where I'm at, man. I'm ready to go online because the option of traditional school is not in the cards right now. That's not going to happen, and likely nor should it right now. If we're just being frank. But
if your school board's meeting on Zoom a month ahead of the school year, you're nowhere near ready for you are nowhere near getting the buses loaded up in the fall.
If you can't discuss your coming back to school plans in person, you should not be discussing those plans.
I like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you cannot discuss coming back to in person, you should not be having those discussions. So, yeah, I'm big on how's the hat look this way? The only downfall to this light is the bugs are attracted to it.
Oh, no.
That's the only issue. Let me see if I can set it a little bit farther away. See how my lighting is. This is a cool little backdrop, though.
I love it. You look good.
You know?
You can stand the bugs though. If they're getting you.
I think I'm okay.
You want to do another gift card?
Yeah, please go ahead. You did a beautiful job.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are still about the same number, so we're gonna do the same thing again. Enter in once, 1 through 20, 1 through 20. For a $49 Chesapeake gift card. All right. Let me double check my number. Okay. Here you are first. I do have a winner. The winner is Brian G. Brian G with number 7. Lucky number 7. You guys see? I don't know if you can see that. Yep. Use my generator. There you go. So, Brian G. Gary put up earlier his email at chesapeakebeard@gmail.com. If you need it again, ask him. And Gary's amazing. And thank you, Gary, for doing that. If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, we just kind of he asked Dan to throw out a random number with 49, and he's giving away gift cards. We have one more to do. $49 gift card to Chesapeake Beard and Grooming. That's pretty awesome.
That's super awesome. How's your jerky tonight? Tell people about your jerky real quick that don't know.
All right. The Jerky Outlet hot snack sticks. They are good, but I think that whoever did their labeling, they should have been the not hot snack sticks because they're not hot. They're good, but they're not hot. So, or the not snack sticks. I don't know. So that was, I've had we've talked about these before. The Gold Rush jalapeno I picked up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and now you can get a little taste of my world. I'm always given constructive criticism, and I always take it like a champ. I feel like I'm very open to that, and they said that you got to say the word "go" when it's time, because some people are like, "Oh, they were early," and this stuff. So, Mr. Dagan says, "Say the word go."
I appreciate it. That's good advice.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I need the email, please. I just joined in. Gary, could you type the email, and I'll try to highlight it over here. Okay. Yes. Monday, guys, is sponsored by Chesapeake Beard Co. We are dropping. I can kind of let the cat out of the bag one more time. We are dropping a collaboration beard wash, aka Co-Mand beard wash.
Whoa.
Now, have you tried the Co-Mand co-wash?
Yes.
So that scent in a beard wash.
Oh.
Yes.
I think people are gonna like that a lot.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
gonna like it a lot.
So fresh. And this is a brand new beard wash formula. I've been testing it for Gary for a long time now, over 2 months at least. And he's been testing it for even longer than that. And he's had his people testing it too. So his guys that work with Chesapeake and stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. Co-Mand beard wash to match the Co-Mand co-wash.
Ooh. Love
Yes.
it. Love it.
Yep. So we will be that will be Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, guys. Join us in. We'll have tons of giveaways, tons of things to hang out and talk about. So we are excited to be able to do that. So that's another issue, Bobby, here is what would happen with the school, and that is with funding. There are school districts that are saying they're not going to go in person until the funding is guaranteed to be covered. They don't know. Nothing's really been said here yet. A lot of people believe that it'll get figured out, that it'll work out in the end, but nothing right now has been figured out. So, yep, Bearded John wants to test it. Well, you can test it by buying it on Monday and then letting us know what you think about it. So we're pretty excited about that. And Gary says Beard Octane LCW inspired me to work harder. And yeah, absolutely. That's how it should be. When another company has an awesome product, you shouldn't like take offense. Some companies get like sensitive and take offense to it, and they're like, Dan loves their stuff, or the mayor loves their stuff. What's wrong with me? The great companies are like, dude, I'm going to beat it. I'm going to make a better one. I'm going to outwork it. So we are dropping that on Monday, guys. I'm super excited about it. Super excited. Oh, jeez. Yeah, officially. Co-Mand co-wash. And that's the beautiful thing, is it's just going to match the co-wash. So that's going to be really cool. Let's see if I can tilt this up a little bit here. There we go. Let's just let you see all of this. All of this here. All right.
So what do you think of doing this? What do you think of Dan about the remote stream? What do you think of it?
This?
Because you did it in Florida, but you've come. How many subscribers did you have then? How many do you have now?
Spring break last year. That's how many months ago? 16?
Yeah.
I probably had half as many subscribers back then. I was probably no. I've had a channel for 2 years, so 24 months. I'm at what, 27,000 right now, 27.4.
7.4.
Not anybody's counting, but 27.465. But I was probably at 10,000 subscribers back then, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Doug says probably about 10K for sure. I think that it is exactly the same. I'm a weird character. I'm a weird person where I was all in back then. I was all in at 100 subscribers. People will say, like, are you more confident now with the channel and stuff? Not really, man. I went to work. I told people about my channel. I would live stream from Disney if I had 100 people. I'm not usually too concerned with what people think about me. So it's pretty much the same. I would say the only difference is there's more people that speak English here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's probably true.
For sure. This is a Honest Amish shirt. Where did I get it? They sent it to me probably a year ago. This isn't a new shirt by any means. Sam tells me she likes when I wear black shirts, which I think is like a way of telling me I'm fat. So,
Come on. What? No.
I think that's her shot. She's like, hey, you look good in black. I was like, oh,
No,
yeah.
Sam doesn't pull punches. She'd tell if she thought she was concerned. I feel like she'd just come at you. Wouldn't she just come at you?
It could be. But I probably shouldn't have responded back by saying, well, you look good in stripes.
See, that's what my son Luke would do. Luke doesn't listen. Luke is, when you're telling him something, he's thinking about a comeback. And that is my curse for the kid that I was who I was, because that was me. I'm like, dude, I know exactly what you're doing. Stop it. Just stop it.
So that's Jax, as you know. We had an opposite experience with Maddox. We started playing games like Go Fish and Crazy Eights and stuff like that. And he got so competitive. He would like break down in anger and start crying and all this stuff because I would talk junk to him. I beat him. I'm like, dude, that's three in a row. You're weak sauce, man. Like, pick it up. Like, you got to be able to get better here and improve. And he couldn't handle it. So we had to train him on how to have comebacks and how to diss people. And so, all right, it's back. I guess I had a sputter. Yeah, I'm just on my phone's internet. I upgraded my plan, so hopefully it's doing decent. There might be a little bit of hiccups now. So I apologize, guys. But I was just saying, Jax is always born a savage, and we'll tell you off. But Maddox, we had to train him on how to have comebacks, and now he's as good as anybody. He is. He's crazy.
You just gotta look at them and think of the things that they what do you think their problem is that they don't want you to say out loud and then just say it, or don't say it. Yeah.
But yeah, so back to your question, it's about the same for me. Like, this truly doesn't bother me at all. I think people either figure it out what I'm doing when they hear me talking about companies and stuff, or they just don't care. Or they chalk it up as me talking to a friend or something like that. Or if they think I'm crazy, then they think I'm crazy, and that's okay. I'll drop my business card tomorrow, and they'll be like, "Oh wow, 27,000! Like, oh, that's pretty cool." So I'm not worried about it. Now let me flip it on you here. You have students that follow you on Instagram. You see people at the stores and stuff. Is the channel and your involvement, and especially our live streams, right? This is obviously 50-50 equal here. Is that something that you've grown more to kind of like own it and be like, yeah, I don't care who sees this, or is it a growing process, or what's your experience been on with that?
100%. Like, 100%. I have come from cautiously jumping into this thing, or tiptoeing in, or wading in, I guess would be a good way to say it, to owning it, loving it, wanting to share with people, talk about it with my loved ones, students. I know them better than I like appropriately. Like, I won't put out a kid's name, I won't even retweets or whatever, repost. But I ordered the boys' face masks with the GB logo on it today because I was supporting the POM team, and I would never have known about that if I hadn't plugged into social media a little bit. I had no social media, and you know what? I think I would have been miserable through this. Now, I understand there are a lot of drawbacks with social media, and it can be awful, but yeah, you have to be smart about it. And I didn't have a Facebook account till 40, and I didn't have an Instagram account till 40, and
you didn't have a beard either,
or a beard. A lot of changes. Yeah. So does that answer your question? Like, it's kind of come. This is something I'm so proud of. Dan, I was like, trying to have a contingency plan for what would happen if like the stream didn't work tonight, and I thought it would literally like hurt me, and it would just feel weird to not be from 9 to 10:30 on a Wednesday night not doing this. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the part where you said sharing it, because that's, for me, I almost have to draw myself back. Somebody put a funny comment on here, and I wouldn't go this far and say this, but let me see. Jason says, just tell them you're kind of a big deal, and it's not to that level. I obviously would never say that, but I do have to like hold myself back from sharing it when people are like, hey man, nice to meet you. What do you do? I want to say like I do say I'm a teacher, but then it's like sometimes it doesn't feel right to say that I also do YouTube, but I want to say I do YouTube because I'm very proud of it. And and yeah, I'm the same way where it's like I really, really want to I want to share, but I have to sometimes kind of hold myself back from sharing because I don't want to be too out there. And even with family, like my extended family is really big. My mom and dad each had 6 brothers and sisters. A couple have passed away, and they've all had big families. And it's like the branches are huge where it extends. And on my dad's side, we have a big, extensive family email list. And I'm like, I really want to send a link to my channel on that family list. But I'm like, but I don't want to be like pushy or seem like I'm looking for followers. But I'm just proud of it. You know, I just want to show them what we have created and let them see it now, but also let them see in 10 years, like, dang, I remember when he was talking about 10 years ago, his vision and where it was at and where he was going. And we thought it was like this cool little YouTube thing. I had no idea he was going to take over the internet and all this stuff. Like, I really want to be able to like share it. It's a source of pride for me.
And I think that you just walk the line with that. There's times to do it, and there's times to know that you're not stopping, and eventually they're gonna have that moment. You may not be in public, and some people wouldn't even admit to it. Even you you could be a major celebrity, and they would never give you that. They just couldn't give you that.
Right.
Some people have to find it on their own. And some people just are super bitter and won't ever admit it.
Yeah, and
that it's cool.
It is. And Doug talks about 10-year plan, and I'm gonna get into that in a second. Do you want to read that comment while I'm chewing the top jerky? I thought it was a really good one.
Susanna says, there is no shame in flaunting your passion, your craft a little bit. There's a difference between sharing every now and then and being pushy about it. And that's very true. When I started doing the beard thing, that's perfect. It makes me think, like, I told people, I was like talking about what I was going to do that summer. And then the next time I saw them or have seen them, I don't bring it up, really. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I still have a beard if they ask, and sometimes they do. They ask, they'll bring it up, but not bringing it up and making it be all that I am. I think you do a good job with that too, Dan.
Yeah, and this will touch the mayor's heartstrings right here. Just tell them I'm not throwing away my shot.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. It kills it there.
Yeah. Getting a shot
I do have a 10-year plan. I've got a 5-year plan. I've got a 10-year plan. And I will say most of my plans, I work my butt off, and I usually come near some kind of resemblance of what the plan was. It may not be exact, but from 10 years from now, I want to have a well-established channel just like this, but in addition, have a daily show. And I've talked about this on the stream before, but I think it's great that Doug brought it up here. And I want it to be like the Pat McAfee show in regards to where he brings up his friends with him, and they all work for him, and his brother works for him and everything. And it's not that I work with him, I could say. That's a better way to put it. I want to bring up my guys. I want to bring in specifically my main moderator dudes, the mayor, Doug, Joel, Tim, and Jake. And we run a show, like a legit show. It's going to be like a Joe Rogan, Pat McAfee kind of hybrid, but about beards and men and family. We'll go over current events, the news of the day. We'll go over stories. We'll go over perspective pieces, and just kind of going through. Dan, save a job for me. You got it. And Gary says my 10-year plan is to not be dead. That's true. That is true. And I really. I think people think I'm just saying that. I really fully believe that in 10 years, I'm going to have a major part of the internet, and it's going to go beyond beards. Beards is still going to be the catalyst of the channel, but we're going to have all these avenues that are going to go off of it. And the main one that I'm going to focus on is a daily show. Just going through and having this show where we just be ourselves. We just talk about things. How we have a conversation. We talk every day, and have that on there, and just bring everybody up. And I think it'll be really cool. It'll be really positive. It'll be uplifting, and it'll be a place where men can be men, and that'll be something to do with the show. Maybe that's the name, where men can be men, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you made your first step with like stepping back from the swim coaching. I
Yep.
feel like that was the first time you said this ground is solid, and I'm gonna start walking this way.
And you were in my discussion with that inch by inch. You knew how hard of a decision that was for me. You knew how much I looked into every angle of that. You knew how much I loved coaching, and you've seen me coach on both sides. You see me as the coach. You see me as your kid's coach. You see me as a colleague that's coached. And that was not a decision that was taken lightly. And I'm still coaching, right? There's some people that try to blast me and say, like, oh, he doesn't love coaching. He's not coaching anymore. No, I'm still coaching varsity water polo at a very high level. And it's not that I didn't love coaching swimming. It's that this is a passion of mine, and it allows me to have more time with my family and pursue the passion. It was a no-brainer. If you're going to put anything up against my family wins. Even this channel. I mean, I love this channel probably just as much as anything next to my family. But if you told me you got to keep the channel to your family, love you guys, but the channel's gone. I'm going with my family. So I think that's always a ridiculous accusation to say, like, oh, he didn't love coaching swim because he left. No, it's a different new passion, and it allows me to spend more time with my family. So for me, it's a no-brainer. And yeah, leaving coaching swim is step one. There will be other steps that will happen down the road. That's why it's a 10-year plan, right? It's nothing that's going to happen this year, nothing that's going to happen next year, but 10 years down the road. And I'm serious about it. I'm really serious, and I think it's going to happen. And you watch any of those shows that are super successful, I sent you a link to the Pat McAfee show where he had whole clips of people saying he couldn't do it. They're like making a joke. Why is this guy leaving punting? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? And he's used that as motivation to like spur his success. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a compilation of those clips. And when we get that Spotify deal or whatever the big platform is at the time, man, that's going to be a sweet highlight video.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with coaching being part of. I am sitting here because of how I observed what I observed from you as a coach. So it is part of your I'm big into what's the next thing. I'm always talking about call my shot, the next big news topic. I believe that you're the next big thing. Like I just see it. But so everything is a step. You didn't coach so that you could one day do a beard channel on YouTube, but it helped you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, immensely. Right. Yeah. I didn't coach originally to become a teacher, but I then went into teaching because of it. And the lessons I learned from coaching made my first year teaching seamless, made it beautiful, made it easy because I could handle varsity coaching, So yeah, that's a really good way to put it. And my man Steve O'Lee says here, time is everything, family is everything, keep grinding. Absolutely, man. It's beautiful. And this is an actual buddy of mine. He's actually from my birthplace in the Murder Mitten. And we met in a shady parking lot. We've done a lot together. So he's a great dude. His dad has actually worked over at I believe GM by us for like his whole life. So just a good dude there, and another person to just kind of just go with us and bring that grind on for sure. So, okay, Nick says, you have a good way to look at things the right way. There's a lot of channels out there for guys to talk and whatnot. What will you do differently to grow the group? And that's a great question, Nick. So Nick's asking, there's a bunch of channels that talk about men being men and that. So what are you going to do to be different? And I've always spoken about being different. My channel was successful early on because I was Cremo, bro. The donut shop. What's the donut shop? Krispy Kreme. Yeah. Krispy Kreme. And I early on, right, I went with the professional approach. I'm a teacher. I'm going to bring my wife in, all that stuff. So that's an amazing question. What would make this daily show different? I think it would be the base, right? We were working for this. We're establishing it. And I think it would just be that positive tone where we're here to uplift each other. And I think my proof of market is our Facebook group. Show me a Facebook group that is like ours. I do not think it exists. I think we have one of the most unique Facebook groups on Facebook, and I really mean that. And you have to experience it to understand. And that would be the same way with the channel. But the only difference is it would be much easier to experience it. You don't have to join a group. You don't have to be on Facebook. You just got to open up Spotify. You just got to open up YouTube. And I think we're going to have an amazing blend of personalities. You got me and the mayor. You know how we balance each other. You have Doug, who's a fiery, amazing teacher and guy. You got Jake, who's a comedian. Joel, who's just an awesome dude. Tim, who's chill, but like comes in when Tim speaks. Tim lives by the motto: speak softly, but carry a big stick. When Tim speaks, it's like profound. It's like, whoa, where did Tim come from? And just like drops this amazing line. So there's going to be many layers to it, and coming up with a way to describe that difference is going to be very important. And that's a great question and a great point, Nick. So thank you for that topic.
I think you build it like you build a classroom. It just takes time, and you take the steps in the beginning to create to get rid of the noise, the outside noise, so that it just turns into everything else.
For sure. And I like a quote that says, be so positive that negative people don't want to be around you. And I think that kind of applies, and it goes with our Facebook group too, right? Our Facebook group is not for everybody. There's people that are a part of this channel that I love. They interact. They're amazing. But they did not enjoy the Facebook group. They were looking for a group that was dedicated to beard products. They wanted to talk about what to buy, what not to buy, what's on sale, what's new. And that's not the focus of our group. And we've never hidden that. That's not ever been anything that is that's been kind of like, oh, we're not talking about that. That's not the focus of our group. Our Facebook group is a place where men can be men, where men can take selfies and be proud of it, where men can talk about their Tuesday and be proud of it, where they can show their granddaughter and be proud of it. That is what our group is about, where you can post like, hey guys, I got laid off. I had a really rough weekend. And then you have tons of guys with empathy, support, reach out to me. We can help you. That is what our group is about. That is what it is. And the people that are whining and complaining about, like, we can't talk about products here. Well, one, there's a spot you can do it. It may not be the way you like it. But two, that's not the focus of our group. There's other groups you can go to. It's simple. You can do that elsewhere. So it's I think that is what's going to be kind of like the 10-year plan. Is it's going to be something that's just different. It's going to be hard to explain unless you see it. Right. And a bunch of guys are backing us up there. Love the Facebook group. That and the Mrs. Bluegrass are the only parts of Facebook I like. Absolutely. The rules, keep it an oasis. No junk, no spam, just real. Absolutely. And there's guys that have no negative intentions that unknowingly break a rule. We remove the post because we stay consistent with the rules. The rules are not about negative intentions. They're about having structure. And the amazing guys respond so well. And they're like, hey, I had no idea. I didn't realize that was a group. I apologize. And I'm like, oh, dude, you don't got to apologize. We're just keeping the structure. Like, thank you. Please ask questions when you have them. And that's the biggest one that you can have. And yeah, man, Michael says, I don't know why I've joined it. It's in the description, guys. There's a link on there. It's a great place, but it's the Commands Corner beard community. It's where we talk. It's not the beard product community, and that's important.
Right.
Yep. And so
we know that can be all you talk about.
Oh,
if you let it,
it would take over. And also the other dangerous rabbit hole with that is most people don't have negative intentions, but once you start really bringing in the beard products, there would be people that would take advantage of that. You would have ambassadors. You would have people that were not invested in the group that would come there just to promote their company's stuff. And that's not something we're looking for. That's not something that we have in mind. So it is what it is. And yeah, Gary's had stuff taken down. A lot of guys have had stuff taken down. So when the rules are broken, very understand, appreciate that. Yeah, and we both try to message the person when a rule is taken down, unless it's like something just quick and silly, or if it's just blatantly bad, then sometimes they're removed from the group. But when it's just in the wrong place, always message them, always let them know, like, hey man, just understand this. And and the internet's hard to hear tone sometimes, but I think our support comes through with it, where we're not like shunning them or anything like that. It's just a rule. Hey, Mayor.
Yeah.
Third giveaway.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. Do not begin yet.
Wait, he's going to tell you when to go, guys. So you got to wait because you don't know what the number range is. Maybe he switched it up. Maybe it's the same. Who knows?
All right. I did not. Okay. So you're picking between 1 and 20, and you can only enter once. Go. Go.
This Mingy jerky is so good.
All right. Let me see if anybody's ahead. Here we go. Twitch Beard with the number 12. There we go.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see that. Twitch Beard's our third $49 gift card from Chesapeake. The third one from today. And that was
awesome.
Just kind of out of the blue. Gary decided to do that because he's amazing. That's just he's like
said,
that.
Yeah, he's just like that with a good heart. And people like to question when people do good things like this channel, like Gary. They can't fathom like good people, so they want to question it. Like, why are they doing that? Some people are just good. Yep. Some people just like to help. And Twitch says, "What? Twitch, contact Gary." But I also want you to write up something right now. Look at me right here, Twitch, with a quick summary of the charity stream that we are doing together. I'm going to talk about it real quickly here while Twitch is getting it ready, and then I'm going to highlight that comment. We have a charity stream that we'll be doing very soon. The reason why I'm having write up the comment is because I don't remember the date. I don't remember the time. So hopefully he will put those in there. But we're going to do a charity stream. It's pretty big. It's for the Tourette's Foundation. So the name Twitch, of course, kind of goes synonymous with Tourette's and the movements that come with it. One of my favorite dirt bike riders of all time, his nickname was Twitch, and he had Tourette's. And the only time he was calm was when he was riding a dirt bike, which is wildly dangerous, crazy sport, but it calmed him down, which is really, really cool. So he's putting together this awesome charity event. It has like 20 something companies. There's going to be auctions. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to go to an amazing cause. And I will be the MC. I will be the co-host. He will be handling, and our buddy John will be on the stream as well. And he'll be handling the stuff. Here we go. Beard for Tourette's, July 30th at 9 p.m. on my channel, Twitch Beard. And I will be the hype man. I'm not putting in anywhere near the work that Twitch is or will be doing. But I will be there bringing people, showing my support, running the stream, bringing the hype, bringing the noise. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Flava Flav.
Yeah. I prefer Lil Jon, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
From the window to the wall, to the sweat drop down my. Hey, watch it. Family friendly here. All right, family friendly. But yeah, so it'll be Beards for Tourette's, and we're gonna do some really good for the Tourette's. I believe it's the Tourette's Foundation out there, and so it'll be good. Okay, yeah, right, David. Lil Jon had a run, man. He had a run where he was on everything.
He was opening every video, or he was in the back. He's getting I think it runs over. Yeah.
He had a cereal at one point. He had his own cereal and everything. He was just crazy. Brian says, Dan, just wondering, Sam like woodwork and you love beards. The two of you have the making of a beard shelf. Oh, we make beards. It's our beard shelf that's in my bathroom. We have made together. So yeah, nothing that we would send or sell because shipping is a nightmare on beard shelves. Imagine shipping a chunk of wood across the country. The shipping is going to cost more than the shelf. And at that point, it's just not worth it. So it's nothing we would make or sell or anything like that. But the shelves, I have 2 shelves in my bathroom, and they were made by both of us. I helped her out on it too. So pretty good. Mayor, any big plans for the weekend? Because you got to know, like my weekend, and I love this. I'm not saying it's like a job or anything, but I have Monday night streams. I have Wednesday night streams. Wednesday nights after this is done, it's like almost like my weekend right now. But what about you? Got any plans for the weekend?
First of all, isn't that a great? I mean, what a great life. Like that, it is pretty cool. Like I love to be able to do this. Everything's like like positive. For this weekend, I'm gonna work down here. You guys can see I'm starting to
Cool.
roll out a little bit of oils. Just kind of mess with this studio. I've got a backdrop coming in, some lighting. Just kind of, I'm not building a new room or anything, Dan, but just mess with that. Hang out with the family. My kids. I can say all that stuff. What is it about being a dad? And then that's my plan for the weekend. And I pretty much am going to get 2 or 3 hours of doing that. And the rest of it's going to be evaporated into whatever my kids want to do.
Okay. That's beautiful. It's fun to set something up like that room and organize it and make it your own. I think that's a fun thing. So that's pretty cool. We are wrapping up our camping trip tomorrow, and then it's on to cleaning the camper, unloading it, putting it back in the storage facility. And then our main idea of this trip was to kind of figure out our camper and what we need. Hey, we don't have an outdoor trash can. Hey, we don't have command hooks in the bathroom. And so we have a long list of things that we want to customize on it. And I'm really excited to do that. It's we're kind of making it our own. It had how campers or anything have blinds that come down. Then they have the terrible things that go out and over. It's got the cloth on it at the top to cover the top of the blinds. Kind of shaped like this.
Is it like the things they put on car windows? If you smoke and you want to crack the window and so the water
kind of
doesn't trip in,
yeah,
like an overhang?
but it's like a fabric. We removed those because we didn't like the look of them, and they came out a couple inches. It opened up the wall and was whoa, this is way better. So we're just kind of customizing it. We might change a fabric here and stuff. So we're gonna be excited to kind of enjoy the camper and make the changes. And it's kind of like your room, like you're talking about there. I think it's pretty cool to make those adjustments. So I'm excited. All right. And Gary said, gift card sent. Twitch, send me your email on IG. Also, Twitch is super rad. I met him last week. Oh, that's crazy. That is right. Gary went to Arizona and had lunch with Twitch. That's crazy, man. Really, really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. And look at that. They've already got their gift cards. We're not even, done. That's Gary.
That is Gary.
Did I not privately say how much I appreciate the Garys and the Joes and the guys that just really, they have a business, but they also just love what they do, and it makes such a difference.
And he did. That was word for word. He said, the more I'm getting into this, the more I appreciate the Garys and the Joes of the world. Literally, the two he said were the Garys and the Joes of the world. But I do gotta bust Gary real quick on here. He's doing those gift cards right away, because if he doesn't right now, he will forget 2 weeks down the road, and then they will come in.
That's me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, and of course you got to throw in Holly. Hopefully everybody knows how passionately we feel about Holly and whiskey and hardtack.
Oh yeah, she's been. Look at her. I got her certificate on the wall.
Yeah. Before we leave, actually, give Holly. Oh, and real quick, Chris Thomas, he said, now this is the first time Dan has looked like his logo. Funny thing is, this is the exact hat I had on when the logo was made. So little throwback there. But give a quick just summary of Holly's involvement, inspiration, and help with our Facebook group. Since we spent time on the Facebook group, you guys, Holly, the owner of Whiskey and Hardtack, was instrumental in starting our group and helping us get it going and the foundation. Thank you, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Just break that down real quick.
Well, first of all, when we started, I looked at her group has 800, 900 people, and I'm like, man, that's huge. That's crazy. She's been doing, the run that would take. But I was new to Facebook, and Holly walked me through everything. And she basically said, now people are going to do this, and here's how you ensure yourself so it doesn't it's not a big deal. And within a month, people did that. They made this move on Facebook, and we were only okay because of Holly and what she said and did. And you got that. Plus, I've had many great baths. I get boxes of balls in the mail. It's larger than I've ever seen. And then Holly, but she made she's there's people that will help. There are people that will give you advice, and then there's Holly, who will make sure it's right. Like, she was making sure I had it right so that nothing happened to our group. We wouldn't be there without her. So like,
That's a
she
fact.
hung in there.
That's a fact. And thank you, Jim says, give a thumbs up. That is appreciated, guys. And real quick, too, the mayor's setting up the studio, his lounge, the mayor's manor. And if you guys don't know, we talked a lot about the Facebook group. The mayor is going to have 2 videos a month exclusive to the Facebook group with an unboxing of the month's sponsored company and a full review for that company. So keep that in mind. You will get real videos from the mayor. We have like the next 3 months or 4 months sponsored. We're through October sponsored. And hopefully the companies will keep rolling in. So if you're a company out there and you're not involved and you want information, contact me. I'll send you guys out the information. But it's going to be.
I think November and December might be really good months to have too. You know, I don't know.
I would say those are probably the 2 most valuable beard months of the year. And companies obviously know that. But yeah, October. So yeah, November and December are available, which is crazy for that sponsorship right now. But we haven't talked about it. We haven't really said much about the sponsorship and stuff. But yeah, if there's any companies that are out there right now, the sponsorship for our group is available for November and December, which is pretty crazy, pretty awesome. Bill asks, where are you going to take your family camping? We have 2 more vacations booked, and then it'll depend on school and water polo if we come back or not. But we have Mackinac City, Michigan, and Ludington, Michigan. So we are very excited for those. If water polo gets canceled for the fall and gets moved to the spring, it won't be gone, but we'll get moved to the spring. We're going to be booking some more. If school gets canceled, we're probably just going to live in this thing for a while. So we're really excited there. Okay.
Yeah. And you've got kids of the age where you can do that, you know, like,
yes,
might as well, like, you got to look at the positive side of this. There's a lot of down, and a lot of people look at the downside, but you know, yeah.
I heard a quote and I really liked this one. It was from Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. And I think this fits with the internet. You said, with Facebook, with social media, you've never had them before, and you talked about how amazing it is, and you said there is some negative, there's some stuff to deal with there, right? Same thing with COVID. There's some negative, there's some stuff to deal with there, but there's some amazing that has come out of this. And Jim Irsay said there's a lot of people that like to argue and say the glass is half full or the glass is half empty, depending on how you look at it. He said, get me a new dang glass that's smaller, and I'll make the whole thing full.
Wow, yeah. So
arguing over half full or half empty, give me a smaller glass and then it's full. Like, think about a new lens to look through, a new way to look at it, a new glass,
a new perspective. Yeah,
a new perspective.
Yeah. I mean,
give me a new glass.
That touches deeply on a lot of what's going on in the world right now. Like, people needing to be, I don't know, even myself, I'm not perfect. Like, have a reality check of all the blessings.
Oh, for sure. And I'm counting them. I'm enjoying them. And that's part of this. Everyone, I've said this to a couple people, but I mean it. Everybody says how fast it goes with your kids. They say it goes so fast. And so I'm listening to people. I'm believing them. So I'm going to take every moment I have with them at this age, and I'm going to really cherish it and own it. And what better way than to be trapped in a 31-foot trailer together out in the heat and all this stuff? I'm really gonna slow everything down and enjoy it.
And that, yeah, positive for me is that I feel like I have been given a chance with my children that my parents never had with me, in a way. Like I know those fools, for better, for worse. I know them like so well after this. If I talked about it too much, it'd bring tears to my eyes about how our family unit has kind of just got together and just become a true family in ways that we may never have done before. If we
for sure.
Face this.
For sure. Regardless of where coronavirus, COVID-19 came from and any of that stuff, what's legit, what's not, it's almost like nature's way of kind of correcting things, right? We were treating the planet terribly and kind of took some people off the road. We were connected far away from our families, and it's kind of brought families back. And Doug says, we need to remember we will never have this time with our families and connections again. And that's very, very true, man. Very true. and I'm taking every moment of it because I don't want to look back and say, I wish I did this. I wish I
Right.
did this. I'm going to say, man, I'm so glad I did this.
Yep.
And that sums it up. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like these are the moments when someday when we do get through this, and I look back and say, what was it like raising my kids? This will be like the microscope. Like these will be the times where I knew them most and best, and we should always have had that, you know. But life just gets, there's so many things you want to do for your kids that, you know. So I love, from that perspective, this has been amazing.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, Mayor, before we leave here, guys, we're going to sign it off. Gary, who is one of the owners of Miners Beard Co., which is actually on the way, guys. I'll be testing them out. It should be here any day now. Do you want to do one more giveaway on the behalf of Miners Beard Co.? We'll give away a 1 ounce bottle of our new Sense Troubadour beard oil.
I think that'd be awesome. Are you kidding?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
you probably got to lower the range, probably a 15 number range. And guys, wait until he says go. And Gary, thank you for that, man. That was very kind. I am so excited to try your products. I know they're in the mail and on the way to me right now.
All right, we are going to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is now welcome to Giveaway Land. I'm the mayor. I'll be your host, and we're going to go with a number between 10 and 35. Now, remember, only enter once. Remember, not start until I say the G-O. I didn't say it. I spelled it. Okay? So, between 10 and 35. Okay? Here we go. And maybe that's too many, but we'll see what happens.
Did you do your math wrong?
I added extra. Yeah, you're right. We're going to get it. I got a feeling. And let's see here. Okay. I did not get it. All right. So that is my fault because I added extra instead of making it less and more like it. So let me change the range.
All right. Go ahead and somebody's, before you do the next one, Mayor, type stop so we know a spot in the chat.
Do you want me to type stop?
Yeah, I'm not able to, at least that I'm aware of.
Okay. It's going to be Steve Wamba, guys. So Steve Wamba says stop. All right, let me go back one more time and just make sure that we didn't have anybody.
Well, I guess I can type. That's cool.
And no, that was probably due to the fact that I added 10 extra numbers.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Let us begin again. And this time, our range is going to be between 15 to 30. 15 to 30. Pick a number. Go.
Mayor, that was the smoothest one yet.
Yeah, I talked too much before. Yeah.
You got right to it. Only entering once, gentlemen, and any ladies out there.
Yeah, don't pull. You know, they're like, I'm like the substitute teacher. Like, I'm going to try and break this classroom rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching you, AA Ron.
Put that phone away, Balake.
All right. So,
there's got to be one.
From when I said stop, there's not. It is not there. Dan, why don't you tell one more time what it is? Well, I set up a new range.
Okay. The mayor's setting up a new range for round 3 here. And this is a 1 ounce bottle of beard oil given away from Miners Beard Co. And it is their new Troubadour scent, which is smoked vanilla, sandalwood, leather, and bourbon. And the camping is awesome, Chan. Thank you, man, for asking. I'm loving every second of it. I'm excited to get into the AC. I'm not going to lie right now, and I'm going to sleep like an amazing baby.
You are. All right. 10. Pick one number between 10 and 22. Go.
I like it. 10 and 22, guys. Good luck.
All right, we got a winner.
There we go.
And you can stop, guys. All right. The winner is Nick Siron with 13.
Nice.
Was the answer? Was the number? So, how can Nick get in touch with minors?
Minors, go ahead and throw up your contact, however you'd like to handle that. And Nick, he had that great thought-invoking question and point earlier, so that's awesome. I love when people contribute and it comes back around. And fun fact, I have the number 13 tattooed on my back. When I had some pretty cool accolades for water polo, my number 13 was my number at that time. I added that in on my water polo tattoo.
Nice. That is nice. Yeah, number 12 came up. It was all, but nobody. It was always my soccer number. It was kind of a cool moment. My son Owen decided he wanted that for his number too. So that was cool.
Oh, that's cool. See, my dad's number was 24, and I loved 24, but in water polo it wasn't common to go up to 24. You know how in football linemen wear big numbers and so on. 24. It's more of like a JV number, and so I went as big as I could on varsity, which was cool. Yep,
I get that.
Yeah. Well, Mayor, thank you for being flexible, having the remote stream, and having the do on deck ready to go. And guys, thanks for hanging out. I know, hopefully, you guys liked the camper life stream for tonight. Got the truck over here. If you guys don't already, check out the Facebook group. It's an amazing place. If it's for you, you'll love it. If not, that's okay too. And then also Instagram. If you like following my camping journey, I will put up both of our Instagrams down at the bottom here. Let me see, so you guys can follow either of us. There we go. To check out those Instagrams. So that's really all I have, man. Thank you guys for the positivity, the real positivity, the support, the real support, the thought-invoking questions and inspiring comments about the future, the 10-year plan, and all that stuff. And I hope you guys know I'm serious. And I'm not stopping. I have a crazy motor, and this thing doesn't wear down. So it's American made, ready to go. So thank you guys for everything. Of course, review on Friday, new video on Sunday. Good to go. Thanks for watching the sun video today. I hope you guys like that one. Mary, you got anything for him?
Just have a great time, guys. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday.
Awesome. All right. See you guys.